manifesting is really not all that hard. You just gotta balance your chakras, align them, and work with your Kundalini energy. It's obviously much more than just like sit there visualizing. And then regulating your nervous system is actually encapsulating to this. It is adjacent to this. Because it's like, yes, we're all different. We experience Kundalini differently. For me, I experienced when I was 15, and what triggered it was fear and anxiety. I was afraid of not being able to do well in high school because it was a new energy, new environment, new approach to things, and it was just like I was just in my head a lot, and that's what triggered it was fear and anxiety. For other people, there are different things that can trigger the Kundalini, and I'm not gonna say one of the things because I know this. I know people have PTSD and trauma for certain stuff that can trigger certain spiritual awakenings and ego depths. But it all comes down to the bottom line is that energy awakens your chakras, it aligns them. You can obviously do this even without the Kundalini, but it's like this is a encapsulating to that because when you're holding on to your sacred energy, your sexual energy, but I'm gonna call it sacred. When you hold on to that energy, it aligns your chakras. If you go a week without wasting it, no matter man or woman, doesn't matter. you know, you're balancing root chakra. Another week, your sacral chakra, and so on. Solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, etc., etc. And you're taking deep breaths. When you're taking slow deep breaths, when you're meditating, you're actually like empowering your aura. Over time, you start to feel your energy, your spiritual body, your aura field become stronger, and you get into more in a high vibration. It's much more easy to get in a high vibration. There's so many benefits of this. Now, one of the things that helps you manifest is also feeling good. So when you're doing this, when you're holding on to your sacred energy for so long, it's also encapsulating to your serotonin and your dopamine chemicals in your brain actually becoming more balanced. That means the littlest thing can make you so happy, feel so much joy. And I can I can't say I'm the proof of that, but I guess I have my testimonies. It's a real thing. The littlest thing can make you so happy, and it's amazing. And some people used to think that I was probably like high or on drugs or something, and it's like, no. I mean, I guess you could say having ADHD is a capsuling to that because I can be hyper and excited, and the littlest things can make me excited anyways and happy and feel so much joy because I enjoy life. Contrary to what people may assume about me, just because of my appearance, my fashion, gothic mixed grunge metalhead fashion, a little preppy fashion. But it's like, when you feel good, this is encapsulated into your vibrations raising high. This is why, like, they promote so much things that it's explicit all over the media, everywhere, TV, movies, the internet, OnlyFans, all other stuff, because they want people to waste their sexual energy so they can't get alignment. Everybody's so miserable, everybody is so bitter, everybody is fighting each other, people getting so mad, road rage is higher, people are arguing over the internet, all this stuff, everybody's bitter because they're in hell. This physical world, you're operating from your lower chakras because when you're holding on to your sacred energy, you're embodying your higher chakras. You see images of Archangel Michael defeating the devil. That's defeating that carnal mindset. You see Virgin Mary defeating, like stepping on a serpent. That's defeating that lust, that carnal mindset. Same thing when you see pictures of Vishnu around those cobras. Those cobras represent the carnal mind and overcoming it. Like you're not letting it overpower it. It's symbolic. Everything is like all this is all over spirituality, is religion, etc., etc. You know, you have to do this. This is how you become more closer to God, that your higher self, the Holy Spirit, etc. Some say the Kundalini is a Holy Spirit. When it ascends all the way up your crown, and then you go through ego depth, etc. Maybe, but like it's like when you're in low vibration, you're just operating from a carnal mindset. Metaphorically speaking, you're in hell. This world is hell. This physical realm. That's why they say the devil runs this world because all the influences, stuff like that, and this world representing your lower chakra, your root chakra. This is why in the tree of life, the first Sephiroth is uh, Malakuf. Malakuf is the root chakra, the earth. That's why you see the symbol of the earth is representing the third dimensional consciousness, this realm, the third dimensional density. So it's like, just think about that. Take it all in. Because going up those Sephiroths in the tree of life is representing you're going to your step into your higher self as you're doing a self-healing, you're doing an inner spiritual work, shadow work, Put in the work instead of bleeding on other people, projecting your trauma on other people. Put in the work. You want to be happy, you want to like get so much fulfillment in your life and manifest, then don't let lust overpower you. You have to overpower lust. Keep praying. Whatever influences that, you have to keep going. You know, do something productive because you can use that creative energy for other things like your business, investing, and studying and stuff like that. Become a better version of yourself. It goes on and on. So, yes, um, regulating your nervous system is the capsule to that because, well, adjacent to the right term because when you are holding to your sexual energy as well, just like when you're fasting, your nervous system is regulated because you're just so chill and whatnot. You're just like, okay, that's what it is. What it is. Somebody try to trigger you, it doesn't bother you. I remember 9.5 years ago, I went to my first metal show with my friend, my old friend. I had my first car, uh, and we went in. I was probably like 3 months, 4 months in of holding on to my sacred energy. People wanted to be around me. People wanted to invite me to places. This girl who worked at Stop and Shop invited me to that show because her boyfriend was in two bands, and she wanted me to go. And people are drawn to you. Become more magnetic. People like that's that celebrity energy. There's a person on here on TikTok who says that, you know, taps that celebrity energy, and I know exactly what she means. She's not giving me the full details of what that means, but it actually is when you hold on to that social energy. Your aura is bright. Your aura is like, when you have vibration, your aura is expanding like these 20, 30 feet approximately. And people can feel that. And people are drawn to you. But even the bad. So keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's that celebrity energy, you know, that you tap into. That's what she's talking about. Your sacred energy. A lot of these celebrities don't go around constantly like, you know, mating with people and sleeping with people. Not, these R&B artists. They may seem like it because of their music videos or their lyrics, but they're not. This energy, this is the answer you're looking for. It also can be like, this is also a capsule into also manifesting money. So it's like, now back to the topic about me going to a concert. She didn't want to hold her purse while we were there, so we went back to the car before the show started. This was in Hartford. We were at the Webster, and uh we went back to the car and put the purse on a seat. Big mistake though, which you guys probably know what happened. So we should have put it back in a back seat, like on the floor or something, or cover it. But so fast forward after the show was amazing, by the way. So, anyways, then my car was broken into, glass broke. Her purse was gone. My CDs, a couple of Linkin Park and Black McBride CDs, a couple of Deftones and Slipknot CDs, which I ended up getting them back. I bought them. I used to go to FIE, but and I was like, she was obviously pissed off and whatnot, and yelling at other people who were walking by because she was accusing people or whoever. The Webster is in a neighborhood. It's like literally right at the corner of where a neighborhood is at. Where a lot of it's in a ghetto. You know. So, anyways, but me, I was just chill. My nervous system was completely just regulated. I was just like, oh, someone broke in. Okay. So, all right, they took some of my stuff. It is what it is. I'll get this fixed. So I went to my dad's. He gave me some plastic wrap to like cover the passenger side window. You know, this is what it is. It was cold that night. It was January. But hey, you know, like, all right. To me, it's like, I'll get it fixed. And I can buy those CDs again. It's whatever. So it's like, this is what helps you manifest. It helps you manifest effortlessly. Like, you know, come from your heart though when you're manifesting, because that's what your magnetic field is. That's why it's a law of attraction, because that's what you're attracting from. It's your heart. So yeah,